Hey there, I'm Gabriel Morris. I'm a traveler and author of a number of different books, including Following My Thumb, A Decade of Unabashed Wanderlust. It chronicles my travels throughout the 1990s with 26 different travel stories from around the world. It's quite a interesting, amazing, adventurous, fun, funny, ridiculous read. So if you're looking for some interesting reading, feel free to check it out. The link is down below here, available on Amazon.com and other Amazon sites in paperback and ebook. But I'm going to be talking about a different story, or a different book rather, The Most Hilarious Thing That Ever Happened. It's a collection of fictional short stories of mine that I wrote when I was a creative writing student in Alaska. There's 15 different very quirky, strange, unique little short stories in there. One of them is titled A Struggle Against an Unknown Enemy. And it's the story of a postman, sort of an elderly postman, who is in the course of his normal daily rounds of both delivering the mail and gathering it up from the post boxes on the sidewalk. And he comes to a post box on the sidewalk and opens it up to grab the mail out of there. And inside it is a chair, a very small little three-legged chair. And he's like, what the hell? How did this thing get in here? Like, there's no way that it could get in here. It couldn't fit through the slot in the top. You know, it's locked. Only postmen would have the key, postmen or women, and so it's a complete mystery. So he manages to kind of wrestle the thing out of there, and then sets it on the sidewalk, and he's looking at it and like trying to figure it out. It's very strange, mysterious-looking thing. It has like this red velvet seat, and made out of wood, but very solid, even though it's kind of small. And so he's looking at it, and then he notices that there's a stamp on it. And so he looks a little bit closer, and he sees that it's for like the right amount for that that weight of an object. And he's like, wow, that's trippy. But he didn't recognize the actual stamp itself. And he looks a little bit closer, and he realizes there's a little image of a devil. Or actually, it's a bull that's on the stamp. And he's like, what the hell? And he looks a little bit closer, and all of a sudden the tail from the bull whips out and lashes him in the face, and sends him reeling backwards, and he collapses on the sidewalk and kind of pushes the chair away. And then he gets up and was like, did that just happen? What the hell was that? And he goes to look closer at the chair again, and he looks at the stamp, and he sees that the stamp with the image of the bull is starting to move, and it looks like the chair itself is starting to kind of shift and change. And he realizes that this chair is like a living being, and so he goes and grabs the chair, and he realizes that he has to destroy it because it's like something from hell or something from the devil or something like that, or the devil itself maybe. And he goes and he grabs the chair, and he can feel it getting heavier and heavier as he's going to lift the chair up, and as it's like basically turning into a bowl. And he lifts it over his head, and he runs at his mail truck and smashes it into his mail truck. And there's all this glass flying all over the place, and he like falls backwards and hits his head and is knocked unconscious. And then a little boy comes along and like, you know, wrestles his shoulder, moves his shoulder, and he's like, hey, wake up, mailman, what happened? And he kind of wakes up and he's like, what the hell? And he's looking around, and he sees his mail truck just totally mangled, broken glass everywhere, and no sign of the chair or the bowl or whatever the hell it was. And he's like, well, whatever happened, I guess I won. And he just leaves his mail truck there and says, I'm going home and have a cup of coffee and try to think this one out, because that was the strangest thing ever. So that's the story. A struggle against an unknown enemy, and the most hilarious thing that ever happened. So by the way, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video that I'm here in a really awesome cave in South India with a cool shaft of light shining down from a hole in the ceiling. Awesome spot. It's nice and cool in here, so good place for telling some stories. So thanks for watching, and feel free to check the link down below for The Most Hilarious Thing That Ever Happened as well. That book is also available on Amazon.com as a paperback and an ebook, and other Amazon-related sites. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.